What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV, and just enjoying a day off from work. I'm looking at Meteor Man, a very underrated movie from the early '90s. I believe it came out in 1993, starring with Robert Townsend, the late Robert Guillaume, Marla Gibbs, Tiny Zeus Lister, Bill Cosby. Who else is in the movie? The late Frank Gorshin, James Earl Jones, the beautiful Leela Rashawn. I'm just trying to think of everybody I remember seeing in this movie. LaWanda Page. Shit, had he not died, probably Red Fox would have been in this jump. You know, I can see Red Fox being in that role as the homeless man. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I want to do a response video to Ticket TV's video. Well, not necessarily a response video to his, but you know, giving my opinion about Derrick Rose. Ticket TV, go subscribe to him. He reported that Derrick Rose will be shut down for the season after experiencing a soreness in his elbow. And MRI discovered that he had bone chips, and he will have an operation that will, of course, shut down his season. Before the season started winding down for Derrick Rose, he was a leading Sixth Man of the Year candidate. And we'll all remember that 50-point game he had earlier in the season against the Utah Jazz. It's sad looking at Derrick Rose consistently struggling with injuries. But, you know, I look at it like this with Derrick Rose, man. I have to say that history is on his side. I look at the list of MVPs, right? The MVP award, I think, was established. I think it was first established in either the 54, 55, or 55, 56 season, one or two. And you look at the people who've been MVPs in this league. And you got, I looked at all of them. And all of them that are eligible are in the Hall of Fame. All of them. Bob Pettit, Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain, Oscar Robinson won the MVP one year. You know, Kareem, all of them. And when you look at it, man, like I said, all of the players who have won the MVP award have been Hall of Famers. Even Bill Walton. Now, the year that he won the MVP award, 77-78 season, which is the year after the Portland Trailblazers and he won the championship, he only played 58 games that year. If you look at Bill Walton's career, he only played in I want to say 600-something games. So, if you look at him, although he did have that extraordinary collegiate career, which pushed him well over the edge, you know, as far as being a Hall of Famer. But you look at Derrick Rose, man. He was a 3-time All-Star. He was a Rookie of the Year. And he's the youngest ever MVP. Okay. He's only 30 years old. So he's still in that time frame where he'll be an effective player. I think, given how he plays now, I can see him being a more than effective player well into his mid-30s. All right? His shot has gotten better. Arguably, this was the most efficient season he had in his career. He shot 48% from the floor. He shot a career best 37% from beyond the arc. His shot just looked better. Okay? And if it wasn't for the elbow starting to give him issues, his shooting percentage would probably be even higher. He kind of tailed off toward the end of the season. But you look at how hard this guy has worked to get back into playing at a level even close to his MVP form. I think the year he won the MVP, he averaged 25 points, maybe like 4 rebounds, 7 assists, or something like that. That's when ESPN was blowing him on a nightly basis and saying he was the most dominant point guard since Magic Johnson. Now, that was a bit of hyperbole. Okay, ESPN does that, but still, he was playing at a level that, people were calling him the most explosive point guard in the NBA. Now, perhaps Derrick Rose isn't quite that player anymore on a consistent basis, but he's a guy that is still a dangerous player in this league when healthy. And that's the key, when healthy. So I know Derrick Rose is going to recover from this. Compared to the other injuries he's had, this is actually, compared to the other one, somewhat mild. He'll be able to come back from this and be an effective player next year. But one thing I do want to see with Derrick Rose, though, I want to see him be on a contending team, man. As good a player as he still is, I really would like to see him be on a team where his play and his talents and his contributions will be more recognized by sports fans and also more displayed on a nightly basis by sports media. Sports media only seems to respect, outside LeBron James, teams that are winning. Although for some reason this year, you could be a team that's on pace to win 35 games, and yet somehow you're still shown on a nightly basis like you're a team that's, headed for the finals. It's crazy with the Lakers, man. That's not even hating on LeBron. That's just, I've never seen a team that's not even going to make the playoffs. And yet, they're showing the Lakers, like, not even when LeBron's with Cleveland did we see the ESPN or Fox Sports 1 or all these other media outlets talk about Cleveland like this. They talked about Golden State more so than Cleveland. Now they're talking about the Lakers constantly, But I hope Derrick Rose is able to go to a contending team, man, eventually. I don't know whether Minnesota's ever going to get to that level, man. I don't see Karl-Anthony Towns as a type of player that is going to lead you to a championship. I mean, he's been playing well lately because next year is a contract year, But I just don't know about whether or not this Minnesota Timberwolves team is ever going to get to that level, man. The one guy that comes to mind when I think about Derrick Rose, there's two guys that come to mind. There's Anthony Penny Hardaway, and there's Grant Hill. Now, Grant Hill had a little bit of advantage over Derrick Rose in that he was able to play at a high level for a little bit longer than Derrick Rose. I mean, Grant Hill came into the NBA in '94, and he played at a high level for about 6 seasons. For Derrick Rose, he played at a high level, I think, for maybe, I think it might have been 4 seasons. So, but Grant Hill was able to come back after being injured year in and year out for like a 4-year span. And he was able to regain his health to a certain extent. And although he was at that time, after the injuries and age set in, he was more of a role player. He was able to still be a solid contributing player for various teams for several years, man. And Grant Hill will be a Hall of Famer. I think history, if you look at history, I think Derrick Rose You look at the MVP award, I think that puts him in the Hall of Fame. I can't see how you could be an MVP candidate, not MVP candidate, excuse me, an MVP winner, the youngest ever, and not be in the Hall of Fame, especially when you look at everything that's in the picture. Injuries are part of the game. Unfortunately, some players are injured more than others. Derrick Rose has been injured at a rate that's nearly unprecedented. I mean, like I said, you got to look at guys like Anthony Petty Hardaway. You know, that's the only guy right now. Bill Walton. You know, those are the guys that come to mind as far as just consistent injuries that really help to just derail their careers, you know what I'm saying? But hopefully, in Derrick Rose's future, man, health, you know, durability, longevity is in his future. It would be beautiful for him to have a season where he can play 82 games. If he can ever have a season where he can just play all the 82 games, I know that'd be a remarkable accomplishment for him. And like I said, Chicago Bull fans, we didn't appreciate him when we had him. Had injuries not hurt him, had injuries not altered his career there, who knows where the Chicago Bulls team would be at right now. So that's all I got to say about that, man. Tell me what you guys think.